Court to the. All right, so we can officially get started. Take your time to get settled. We'll do 15 minutes of breath work and roughly 15 minutes, followed by about 30 minutes of yoga nidra. And the breath work, as always, is intended to help ease the transition into stillness, into yoga nidra, and also gives you a little buffer time for arriving, getting comfortable, and getting settled. Okay, so take your time, dim the lights if it's possible to dim the lights. Grab your eye pillows for breath work. You can be seated, you can be lying down. And for yoga nidra, I recommend being in a reclined position as if you're going to sleep, lying on your back. For those of you who practice yoga, the kind of regular yoga, you could also be on your mat in Shavasana, the final resting pose. All right, so we are going to do a new breath practice tonight. This breath practice is called Breath of Fire. It's one of my favorites, especially as we get into the colder seasons, or the colder months of the year. And it can be done in a way that is actually stimulating. So for this class, because Nidra is a practice of stillness and it's the end of the day, we're trying to really dial down the nervous system and tap into the body's relaxation response. Breath of Fire can be done in a way that's actually a little more stimulating. It can give you energy. But the way we're going to do it tonight will be a more calming, gentle approach. So you might feel, well, you'll figure out how you feel afterwards. But perhaps if you tend to doze off to sleep in yoga nidra, which is very common, I do it all the time myself. But if you tend to fall off to sleep, you might find doing a little bit of Breath of Fire in this very gentle way might help you to stay more awake in the yoga nidra practice. So we're going to experiment with it tonight. So to maybe just be open to the experiment. And if the practice doesn't work for you, feel free to just stick with regular, steady nostril breathing from the belly. Okay, so let's begin. Go ahead, rest your eyes. Be sure that your body feels comfortable and supported. Take some time to let your body physically arrive. And the breath. And then fully arrive, mind, body, and breath, by connecting to the sensation of breath in the body. In these first few moments, breath is natural. Breathing any way you like, through the nose, the mouth, the lips, no effort. And just simply sense through the breath your presence. Feel for the arrival of your presence. And then ever so gently, if it's possible to breathe through the nose, take a slow inhale through the nose. And a long, soft exhale out of the mouth. Letting go with a sigh, allowing the details of your day to soften and to drift away as you deepen the rest behind the eyes. And then again, allow the breath to be natural as it is. Perhaps only change might be to begin to breathe through the nose. If nostril breathing does not work for you, I know sometimes we're blocked up or we have a cold, then simply breathe through the mouth. Nostril breathing has many benefits, filtering the air that we're breathing in, helps to slow down the breath. And that can be further facilitated by breathing from the belly, diaphragmatic breathing. And it helps to strengthen these little nerve endings in our nostrils that connect to the body's relaxation response. You also have those nerve endings in the base of the lungs. So as you slow down the breath, breathing from the belly, you begin to awaken and to strengthen the nerve endings in the base of the lungs as well. Notice where within the body you most sense the breath. Notice where within the body the breath moves. Notice the parts of the body that open and expand with the inhale. And notice the areas that might soften or contract with the exhale. Notice the texture of the breath. Does it feel smooth or rough? Steady or erratic? And you might also sense the shape and the shape of the breath within the body. Does it feel circular and smooth and kind of rhythmic? Or does the shape feel more erratic, linear, jagged? Notice what else you might feel or sense through the breath. And then, as it feels good for you, take another slow, deep breath in through the nose from the belly. And this time, as you reach the top of your inhale, you might pause and then exhale again through the mouth, nose, or lips, any way that feels good. Another letting go, another release, perhaps feeling a little more present with the next cycle of breath. And then, in the most relaxed way possible, begin to breathe a little more deeply from the belly, slowing down the inhalation and the exhalation. Feel for creating a steady rhythm. And you might just sense this rhythm as steady. Inhale and exhale, equal in length. Let the rhythm arrive simply by being present and aware of breathing more fully from the belly, through the nostrils, providing the breath an opportunity to slow down. And as the breath slows down, we slow down and we steady the internal rhythms of the body and the mind. Yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of the mind, the slowing down of the busyness to become more present, all through the breath. As you breathe more fully with greater intention, awareness, you might also begin to sense the slightest constriction at the back of your throat, beginning to hear a soft whisper of the breath at the back of the throat through this very gentle constriction. This helps to further slow down the breath, and it helps to warm up the breath. A little bit of friction at the back of the throat, engaging the whisper muscles, warming up the breath, allowing you perhaps a little more steadiness, more smooth like quality to the breath. And just feel for the breath for the next minute or so as you breathe from the belly through the nose, sensing the whisper of the breath, the back of the throat, right? Notice the breath sounding like an ocean wave. And then slowly, gradually, begin to let go of the effort. Feel the back of the throat opening. Feel for relaxed breathing, letting go of the effort, letting go of the control. And then, in the most relaxed way possible, we'll move into the practice of breath of fire. In this practice, we are actively breathing from the belly. The inhale is passive. We're contracting the belly on the exhale to help pump out the exhale through the nose with kind of a sharp force, right? But it's a gentle, sharp force. And the exhale comes out through the nose from the belly, and that kind of sniffing out the exhalation. And the inhale, it's fascinating, but the inhale will just passively, naturally rebound. So there's no effort on the inhale. It's all about the exhalation. So you're welcome to try and to practice. If this doesn't feel appropriate for you, if you're feeling a little anxious this evening or restless, you might return to just belly breathing through the nose from the back of the throat. Okay. Otherwise, one hand on belly, maybe one hand at heart space, or just rest both hands on the belly. We want the heart space, right? The upper lungs to be quiet and relaxed. We'll begin by taking slow, deep belly breath in through the nose. Exhale completely through the nose. And at the very end of the exhalation, start to pump the belly. You'll feel the belly sort of snap back toward the lower back, toward the spine. It's gentle abdominal contraction from the deep, low belly. About one exhalation per second. Steady rhythm. Eyes are soft. Relax the muscles in your neck, your jaw. And just feel for the steady exhalation through the nostrils, pumped from the belly. Continue as you are for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty your breath fully. Pause at the end of the exhale. And then from the belly through the nose, slow, deep breath. Breathe in. Feel for a big stretch in your lungs. You might notice you can breathe in a little more than perhaps before. Pause now at the top of your inhale. A little more ease in the shoulders, your neck, your jaw. And then exhale through pursed lips. Letting go with a long exhalation. Notice the breath that follows, the next few cycles of natural breath. First round is a warm up. So we'll do another round, about a minute total of breath of fire, right? If you become breathless, if you start to feel anxious, or it just doesn't feel right for you, please skip the practice or end it early and just return to belly breathing through the nose, or even just natural restful breath. We'll begin again. Heart space, upper lungs are quiet. Breathe from the belly, slow inhale through the nose. Exhale completely through the nose. And as you empty breath, you're going to feel deep low belly drawing back, pulling up. And then from the deep low belly, start to pump out the exhalations. Again, powerful exhalations through the nostrils. Inhale is passive and soft. To soften your experience, a little more ease around the eyes, temples, jaw, and a little less effort. Continue for 8, 7, 6, 5. Pump the belly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty your breath fully. Squeeze every last bit out. Pause at the end of the exhale. And then through the nose from the belly, slow, deep inhale. Notice how much you can now expand with the inhale. Pause at the top. If you can sip in a little more, go for it. And then big exhalation, any way that feels good. Ah, natural breath. Empty it out. Natural, restful breath. Allow it to return. Remain present with the breath as you rest your arms, your hands by your side. Palms open to receive. The residual effects of your breath work. Notice how you feel. Notice how your body has received your practice of breath. Notice the quality of sensations within the body and the mind. Notice your presence. And then prepare to transition into Yoga Nidra. We'll transition with the breath. So as you find yourself resting, perhaps now lying on your back, haven't already, you are seated, making the transition physically and then through the breath. Check in to be sure that your physical body feels comfortable, has the support that you need, maybe a blanket, eye pillow, maybe a little pillow underneath your head, neck, shoulders. And then once you're physically settled, feel for the breath. Slow, deep breath in through the nose and a longer exhalation out through your lips. Another slow, deep breath in through the nose, perhaps breathing in to a count of 4 or what feels like a count of 4. And then exhaling a little longer through pursed lips. You can exhale for 5, 6 or longer, just a little longer exhalation compared to the inhale. Exhalations tend to be calming, especially as we extend the exhalation. Calming, soothing the body with these longer, gradual exhalations. Take 1 or 2 more rounds. And then when you're ready to fully transition from a state of doing, breathing the breath, into a state of being, simply being present with the breath. Let go of the technique, let go of all techniques, all effort to breathe, and allow yourself this time, this space to be still. Feel your body supported by the ground, the earth below. Allow your weight, the weight of your body and the mind to be held. Allow your breath to be soft, natural, restful. And allow yourself to embrace this experience of rest. And for tonight's practice, I invite you to embrace the fullness of this experience and the fullness of one's humanity. Fully embracing what it's like to walk here on earth as a human being and to allow for it all in these moments of rest. Allowing for the joy and the sorrow, the anger and the tenderness, restlessness and the peace, hope and fear, fullness and emptiness. In this practice, there is nothing that needs to be resolved or changed or improved, nothing that needs to be different. Everything you feel has a place here in this practice to be held and to be nourished. Allow yourself to be as you are and let that be enough for your practice this evening. Feel your body breathing each breath an opportunity to move within and to allow for a deeper state of acceptance and presence. As you enter this state of being, you might take time to connect or to create your inner sanctuary, this place within you where you feel deeply at ease. Might be a place of rest, might be a place of joy, whatever it might be, a room in your house or somewhere made up completely from your imagination. Take some time to allow the sensory details of your inner sanctuary to come to life. Notice how the temperature of the air feels on the body. Notice the sky, whether there's a sun or a moon. Notice the sounds that you might hear. Notice the textures that hold your body present in this inner sanctuary. Most important, feel your body embracing the essence of your inner sanctuary, feeling at ease, at home. And then from the safety of your inner sanctuary, allow your intention for tonight's practice, your intention to arise a simple truth, something you might like to receive or to embody through these moments of rest. Capture your intention as a powerful affirmation, a statement of truth, something like, I honor my whole self. I am deserving of nourishing rest. I am allowed to be fully human. Whatever your intention might be, repeat it to yourself or out loud at least 3 times. And then begin to feel it in your body through the breath. Breathe it in. And then exhale, let it go, trusting oneself and the practice of yogic sleep. Through the breath, allow your awareness to reside within the body. We'll now take the time to travel through the body's landscape, feeling the breath as a soft touch, sensing each part of the body that I mentioned that you hear with quiet tenderness, with care, and with the quality of listening to a loved one. Sense your body breathing the breath. Listen, whole body, breathing the breath. Then with tenderness and care, sense right side of the body breathing. Feel for the breath in the right side of the body. Listen for the breath in the palm of your right hand. Tip of the right thumb, right index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the pinky. Back of the right hand, right wrist, and the whole right arm. Lower arm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder blade, collarbone, and the space between. Right side of the rib cage, lung, heart space. Right side of the waist, low belly, low back, and the space between. Right hip, and the whole right leg, upper thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the right foot, sole of the right foot, right big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sense the whole right side of the body, breathing the breath. Listen to the sound of the breath, tenderness and care. Right side of the body, breathing the breath. And then with the same tenderness and care, the same quality of listening, sense the breath in the left side. Feel for the breath in the left side of the body. Left side of the body, breathing the breath. Sense the breath in the palm of your left hand and listen. Sense the breath in the tip of the left thumb. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the left pinky, back of the left hand, left wrist, and the whole left arm, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder blade, collarbone, and the space between. Left side of the rib cage, left lung, left side of the heart space. Left side waist, low belly, low back, and the space between. Left hip and the whole left leg, upper thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sense the whole left side of the body. Listen for the sound of the breath, tenderness, and care as the left side of the body breathes each breath. And then gently bring your attention to the back of the body. Tenderness and care, begin to sense the breath in the back of the body. Listen for the breath, the back of the body, the bottoms of your feet, heels, and the back of your legs, calves, upper back thighs, and the back of your knees, tip of the tailbone, center of low back, back of the hips, the entire back side of the spine, back of the rib cage, lungs, and the heart space. Space between the shoulder blades, outer edges of the shoulder blade, the back of your shoulders, and the arms, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, back of the wrists, hands, fingers. Sense the skin on the back of your neck, base of the skull, back of your head, behind the ears, from the crown of your head to your fingertips, to your toes. Feel backside of the body, breathing the breath. Listen to tenderness and care as the back of the body breathes each breath. And then bring your attention to the front side of the body, beginning to feel breath in the front of the body, sensing breath with tenderness and care. Center of your forehead, space between the eyebrows, temples, cheekbones, upper jaw, lower jaw, and the space between. Front side of the neck, space between the collarbones, outer edges of the collarbones, front side of the rib cage, lungs, heart space, front side of the shoulders and the arms, upper inner arms, elbows, inner forearms, wrists, palms of your hands, fingertips. Sense the navel center, the space above, and the space below. Deep low belly, front of the hips, front of the legs, thighs, kneecaps, shins, tops of the feet, and the tips of your toes. From the toe tips to the fingertips to the crown of your head. Sense the entire front side of the body. Breathing the breath. And with tenderness and care, listen to the sound of the breath. Front side of the body, breathing each breath. And then allow your awareness to expand. Now holding the entire body within your awareness. Front and back of the body, left and right sides of the body, all sides of the body held by your awareness as you sense the whole body, the global field of the body integrated. Breathing each breath. And with tenderness, with care, listen for the breath in the whole body. Feel for quality of integration and wholeness as you sense whole body, the space within, and the energetic space beyond. Breathing the breath. And as you allow for this state of integration, wholeness, we take the time to now invite awareness into pairs of opposite sensations or emotional qualities, not to resolve them, not to choose one over the other, but to recognize and to be present and to hold with tenderness and care all of oneself, our inner life that holds many aspects of being, allowing for it all, layered, shifting sensations, the experience of being alive. As you notice these qualities, there's nothing to analyze, nothing to fix, simply feel. Begin to sense the feeling of exhaustion in your body. Notice the feeling of exhaustion in your body, where you might sense it, how it might feel. Notice any heaviness within the body. And then allow yourself to sense the feeling of resilience. Notice where within the body you sense the feeling of resilience, a quiet continuing. Notice how resilience feels within your body. And then sense darkness, sense the feeling of darkness, quality of darkness within the body. And then the opposite, notice the feeling of lightness, the quality of light within the body. Notice the feeling of coolness, sensation of coolness in the body. How or where do you sense coolness in the body? Notice the feeling, sensation of warmth, sensation of warmth in the body. And then notice the sensation of anger in the body, where or how you feel anger in the body. And then notice tenderness, the feeling of tenderness within the body. And then notice and allow for it all and any other sensation or emotional quality arriving. And allow all these sensations, and especially the pairs of opposite, to soften into wholeness, being present with each one and resting in the wide, spacious field of your awareness that holds space, tenderness, and care for them all. And as you sense this wide open, spacious field of your awareness, allow it to further expand. And from the space behind your eyes, begin to tap into the imaginative qualities, abilities of the mind. Soft, effortless. Like you're watching clouds moving across a quiet sky. Notice what appears behind the eyes, any shapes, colors, or even sensations. And then from behind the eyes, lower your gaze towards the heart space and allow your awareness to drift down and into the opening of the heart center, the heart space, your inner heart, and begin to sense, feel, or imagine a single flame flickering in the heart space. Small, quiet, steady. This flame does not waver. It is asking absolutely nothing of you. It simply glows in steadiness, feels warm, expansive, and this flame exists simply because you are here and present with it. Feel for its warmth, feel for its light, and then feel for your essence, your quiet strength, present in the flame of this light, present and whole, even in the moments of exhaustion, confusion, or darkness. Allow your presence, your awareness, and the breath to gently warm the flame and rest. Rest with the flame of the heart space, your inner heart, allowing oneself to be held and guided forward. Sense this flame from within you as you now return to your intention, connecting to your intention, feeling the warmth and power of your inner ember. Feel for it first. You might see it, and then you might speak it another 3 times, either out loud or for within your statement of truth. And then breathe it through the breath, slow, deep breath. In through the nose, letting it go, trusting oneself and the journey that lies ahead as you now prepare to transition from a state of rest and the state of being into the remainder of your evening. If you would like, of course, you can rest longer, take as much time as you like, as much time as you need. Close us out with another deep breath through the nose from the belly. Breathe it all in and let it all go out through the mouth, nose, or lips. Letting go, letting go. The Yoga Nidra journey has now officially ended. Might pause, notice how you feel. You're ready to move on to the remainder of your evening. Maybe just wiggle fingertips, toes, or give yourself a nice big stretch. Little promise to yourself, a commitment to take some aspect of this practice with you. I'll close us out in a quiet space. When you're ready to sit up, when you're ready to stand, just trust your feet landing firmly on the ground first. From my heart to yours, I thank each one of you for showing up this evening, allowing me to be your guide, and for sharing this space with me and one another. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. I wish everyone a good night's sleep. If you have questions, comments, always feel free to send me an email or a text or reach out by phone, and I am more than happy to chat. Have a good night, everyone. Namaste.